Livia Folds is an artist and graphic designer from Brooklyn, New York. Her work focuses specifically on design, technology, and activism. She also teaches classes on AI and typography at the Rhode Island School of Design. Her work, Dear Rachel, was made in response to the emails that were collected in her inbox during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. In Dear Rachel, Livia creates a narrative of her reading these emails and her findings. She is quoted saying, "To create these texts, I trained an AI model on the emails that I collected. I wanted to defamiliarize the ubiquitous marketing messages, to change them just enough to make them visible again." She specifically uses the GPT-2 model by OpenAI to create these emails. What she finds is fascinating. As the generated emails keep using the word together, Livia struggles with the blatant contradictions of American society, saying, as workers are fired for demanding basic health protections, the cruelty of our economic system is brought into exquisitely sharp focus. As Black, brown, and poor, and incarcerated Americans die in staggering numbers, the racism and inequality built into this country's foundations are illuminated in merciless detail. It is funny, and yet devoid of humor, that these fake emails from companies and CEOs are trying to connect with their user bases and their laborers, but missing the mark and becoming completely nonsensical, mirroring the divide between the working class, the poor, and the rich. In one email it reads, Thursday, April 16th, 2020, 10:26 a.m. Cruiser Care, Heroes Digital. Dear Rachel, what can you do to stay connected? Be reasonable. We're trying to prove that we're not living in a cruel land, and we're paying the price. Warmly, Team US. Livia asks what priorities these emails truly reveal of the faceless corporations of America. How does the messaging of late-stage capitalism deteriorate as the rest of the country faces hardships? It reveals that corporate messaging of understanding or sympathizing with the working class's situation is a farce. These CEOs don't truly care about you, your family, or your friends. They care about profit. Livia's emails end up begging for forgiveness, pleading that she takes care of herself. In one, it reads, Sunday, May 3rd, 2020, 3:23 p.m. Our team is ready to serve you grocery with a smile. Dear Rachel, please take care of yourselves. Sunshine through the mist and the wind of the many colors that float your beach walk. This is the best. A little makeup, a few mouthfuls of wine, and the lucky winner of this exquisite jewel. See you on the other side of this timeless casket, the courier. These wistful endings in the emails are quite eerie and bleak. Although generative AI can have its setbacks, Scott Retberg argues in his book Electronic Literature 2018 that generative AI can have its benefits, especially in poetry and art. He says combinatory and generative approaches result in forms of electronic literature that flow natively from principles of computation, and combinatory poetics can result in strange, uncanny, and beautiful texts resulting from an amalgamation of human and machine intelligence and serve as heuristic devices to help us better understand computation. Here, Retberg perfectly describes Livia's Dear Rachel work. Melvin Chen, the author of Take a Chance on Me, Aleatory Poetry, Generative AI, and the External Demarcation Problem, argues that despite the capabilities that ChatGPT generative text has, AI has many limitations that are important to address, stating that whatever natural language processing capabilities GPT-based technology possess, they do not yet rise to the level of natural language understanding. Dear Rachel, however, is not trying to demonstrate an understanding of natural language. Instead, it attempts to replicate the language used by corporations, which is often already unnatural, stilted, and fake-sounding. The model Dear Rachel uses simply amplifies this effect, making the emails sound even more uncanny. A stochastic parrot, as Chen might refer to it as, not displaying or possessing any genuine human intellect. All in all, this work is a true reflection of how sinister and uncaring marketing from corporations can be. The pandemic in 2020 was a time of grief, unrest, and uprising in the US. To make art about this serves both as a time capsule to look back on and a mirror of our current realities, forcing us to confront our societal injustices and engage critically with issues such as the pandemic and its consequences. To me, Dear Rachel is an exemplary work of electronic literature, and I urge anyone to check it out.